My name is Stephanie Roberts. I'm a senior, class of 2008, and my film is called Starting Over, the story of a small international restaurant in an American town. And it's about the Kasamani family and their immigration into America and their story of a successful restaurant.
Centenary is a historical building, 1875. At the December of 1999, there was a fire which basically completely destroyed the building adjacent to it, and the Centenary, there was a shell left with it. So we started reconstruction. Of course, we finished off the building next to the Centenary, the subway's there, apartments to the second floor, and then Kasamani is located in this bottom corner right. It's got a wonderful history to it.
I came here when I was 10 years old. So I came from Laos, and the capital of Laos is Vientiane. My father was a liaison for the United States Army, and they had a small little base. He has access to top secret files pertaining to the American projects here and there throughout Southeast Asia. So we left the country with the escort of the CIA. Is because my father was a #1 target in the whole neighborhood. He was a #1 targeted to be gunned down. Intervened by the CIA that the communists was coming to our house to arrest all of us. So we left with the escort of the CIA out of Laos, and then we crossed over to the Mekong River over to Thailand. And then in return we stayed in Thailand for about a couple weeks, and then from there we were escorted from there to United States, and our first entry into United States was Guam. And it was a tough travel because we left everything. So we left the country, we left our country with just 5 of us, my parents, and then 5 siblings with just 1 suitcase. Guam didn't know what to do with all these refugees from all over, from Vietnamese, because our background is French Vietnamese. So they had this dirt road field of land strip. So they start setting temporary tents by thousands. So basically it's very dirty, very filthy and dirty, because constantly you have dirt up in the air all the time, and we actually stay at this place for nearly 3.5 months to 4 months around there, and finally got tired of this, this life. And then one day there's an officer that just happened to walk around and just calling out Pennsylvania.
It was in around 2003, right after the fire that occurred up in the Centenary Building, what's now known as the Centenary Building. We were in the process of reconstructing that building, and I met them.
So my father, when he heard that, he just signed our name to go to Pennsylvania. And next day they called us, they told us to pack, and then we just hopped on the airplane, and they took us from there to Alaska, and then from Alaska they refueled, and then to Indiantown Gap here in Pennsylvania.
Robert and Naomi came, I want to say 5 years ago now, I think it's been.
Just after I moved here.
And they got in with Kentucky. Ken has really taken that family under his wing, and he believes very strongly in what they're about and in helping them in any way he can.
I guess my experience with them has been with their new venture, the noodle shop, and you see all the time they've already put into decorating that interior. Again, while still working full-time with their coffee shop next door.
Raising a family.
Right, exactly.
This was a sort of a standalone startup at that location. So getting involved in the Carlisle community, getting set up in community, and articulating his vision of what he saw as a restaurant downtown as he began to develop the interior of the restaurant, and also relating that to the community. So that took a little time.
Their family is very American in many ways, you know, and they're very well spoken in that they can not just that they know the language, but they can really convey what their ideas are. They can really convey that, and I think that helped them very much. There's a couple reasons. Of course, it's Ken's building, and so it would be Tucky construction guys who are working on that project. This is a small-scale project compared to some of the other projects that Tucky's been involved with downtown, like the Molly Pitcher renovation, the Farmers Market renovation. There were a series of projects in 2007 that all had to be done by September 1 that Tucky was involved in. And I know it stressed him out immensely. He had so many teams of people working all over town, and everything had to be done by September 1. So the noodle shop project had to be put on hold because they just didn't have any more people to work on it. So now, and Robert, and what a lot of people don't realize, he does all those decorative finishes on the walls. He does them himself. And it takes a lot of time to do those. So he's been working painstakingly on those walls, waiting for the Tucky guys to get their stuff in. You know, sometimes they have to order a new hood, or they have to order something from out of state, and they have to wait for that to come in. So it's a slow project, and it's frustrating because everybody is so excited about this project. You know, everybody loves Casamani, so they can't wait to see what this is.